Evil protagonists. Look, sometimes an author doesn't want you to empathize with their main character. They're entertaining because they're supposed to be unlikable. They are selfish, egotistical, and arrogant. Now imagine every bad character trait I just mentioned and amp them up by 11. And you still wouldn't get this guy. Meet Han Soo, Manhwa's most despicable, evil, unhinged protagonist. There are evil characters and then there's him. Like, how does one manage to make Griffith seem innocent? So the story basically starts off with the end of his isekai journey. He has just killed the Demon King, and then gets his report card that shows him how well he did. And on one of the marks he gets an F, on character. Wanna know why? He killed his entire party, only because they were annoying him. Like, what kind of menace does this? So for that reason, because he got an F on his character mark, they are making him redo his journey. Do you know how bad you have to be for the gods to go, dude, nah. That was just messed up. Like, dude, that was just psychotic. Be better next time. But don't think that this guy's just planning on redoing his journey becoming a better person. No. The first thing he does once he gets back is extorting the king and straight up paralyzing a dude. Got my man moving like Stephen Hawking. I mean, he was a murderer, but still, at least kill him. He then proceeds to buy a slave. And any other normal protagonist would add her to his party. But he's not your average protagonist. Brody kills her for the EXP to level up. Dude's really out here collecting EXP like it's Minecraft. But there's even more to this. Because the elf he just killed was actually fine with that. Because her sacrifice was the only way to save the elf princess who was coming to save her. Oh, but that's not what happened. You see, in the first run, the elf princess was part of his party. Oh, but he doesn't like the elf princess. So he kills her again and massacres all the other elves that were trying to free the slaves. Like, that's just beyond ruthless. He's straight up repeating his past mistakes with no remorse. The only time this guy feels sad about someone dying is when their death inconveniences him. In his first run when his guide Lanuville dies, he was actually ecstatic, saying I was waiting to get rid of this nuisance. But he then got mad because he had to replace her role in the party. He wasn't actually sad about her death. He was sad because he had to doom her because she died. He's just genuinely so wrong. He also wants to casually break his other slave's leg for being nice to him. And has to actively hold himself back. Then, after attacking an orc camp, he kills another captured elf for EXP. Like, again? Can you maybe stop for a second? Then the one overseeing his second run tells him, you know, maybe you should try to create new bonds. Oh, and what a bond he proceeds to create. After basically releasing an eldritch beast to the world, he uses that chance to weaken all sorts of monsters over the world. By basically leading it through the entire continent, flattening villages, cities, and all sorts of things. Some people might say it's collateral damage or murder, but I don't think he cares either way. He legitimately destroyed 10% of the world. And 50% of the land in the continent he's living in. You killed so many! So many died! The thing is, before this, the things he did were proportionate to what he gained from it. But this is just bad. This is so bad. This can't even be justified. He then proceeds to kill Alex, the kingdom's only ray of light at the time, but also executes half the royal family. But that for a good reason. They were doing illegal activities and worshipping some sort of devil. But what he did next was the bad thing. Because he made a slave kill the royals, so he could level up. He then proceeds to make the princess marry the one who killed her entire family before her eyes. That's so messed up. But wait, what? The princess already has a lover? Just kill him. Problem solved. You actual psychopath. What is wrong with you? Nah, scrap that. Is there anything normal about you? After that, he breaks the Geneva Convention by causing a genocide on the demon continent and erasing the demon race. Like, dude, how did you manage to get so much worse? You were bad before, but this is some supervillain behavior. First I thought, no matter how messed up he may be, he brings up good points. The elven princess was racist and a horrible queen, and the gods did force him to redo his life after he won, so they don't have the right to talk about him not putting in the effort. Also, him taking out the princess of the Holy Empire is a good thing, as she would have become a tyrant as well. He partly does good things, but then he does things such as nearly completely wiping out the angels in what is basically their heaven. Straight up slaughtering all the heroes during the festival. And then you realize this dude does nothing for the sake of goodness. Every little thing that he does is for himself. So once he defeats the Demon King again, to absolutely no one's surprise, his character got graded even worse. And he has to do it all over. That's like mostly only the first 40 chapters, but I think I've seen enough. I'm rating this like a 4 out of 10 therapists.